Hello again, everyone. This is Zombie Kids Rule, and this is the third video today. This is the second part of the tutorial video about the simple lock picking system. And this is just that second part where when you were lock picking, if you were to get poisoned, then it actually displays a little picture of the character that's poisoned on the map, and it flashes, it changes color, and then of course how to remove that. So this is just that little second portion of it. Um, and I'm going to say right off the bat, this is probably not the best way to perhaps do this, but it was something I was just experimenting with because I haven't done a lot with displaying pictures on the map and that sort of thing. So it was just one thing I experimented with. It works, and I'm sure there are lots of ways to make this better. So as just a refresher, I'm going to show what this is doing. I strongly advise you to look at the previous tutorial for lock picking. But essentially, I need lock picks first. Grab me some lock picks, and then I'm going to try to open these chests, and one of these will poison me. Well, so I didn't get poisoned there. Oh, I got a 97, so I didn't get poisoned there, which usually I get poisoned all the time. 59, so I triggered a poison trap, but I opened the lock as well, I think. Okay, so now, there, just open. But now that I'm poisoned, you see Reed's picture is up in the upper left-hand corner, and it flashes, and it turns green, it tints green while he's poisoned. So again, I'm in the displaying the thing here, he's poisoned, and so is Michelle. I go over to this person, and she can tell that I'm poisoned, and she heals me, and then the picture goes away. Now, Reed is no longer poisoned, but poor Michelle is. That's just because I didn't unpoison everybody. And then if I go back to her, she says, "Hey, you don't need my help." Essentially, she knows I'm not poisoned, and that's it. That's what the functionality is. So the previous tutorial, the last video, went into the details about the chests, the lock picking, and things like that. So first things first, how are we showing the picture? So right up here, normally this I think what I've seen recommended, and what I usually try to do is I usually try to put these invisible map events on a portion that isn't accessible, where they can't walk on it. Usually it's like maybe a border around your map where the map isn't completely filling the space. But regardless, here it is. This is actually an invisible map event. And so when I open it, it's poison picture. There is no image, so it doesn't appear on the map. It is below the characters, so the characters can't interact with it. It is a parallel trigger, meaning that it is running constantly on this map. It never stops running on this map because I'm not having it do something, and then I don't have any conditions where it changes the page. There's only one page. It's running in parallel. It runs every second that you're on this map. It runs, which is why I'm saying this may not be the best way to do this, but it is a way to do it. So what it does is it's running constantly, and every time it cycles through the contents, it's checking, is Reed affected by poison? So a conditional branch. If Reed is affected by poison, then I'm going to do this. And essentially, else, so meaning if Reed is not affected by poison, then it does the else branch, which is it erases the picture. So if he is affected by poison, it shows the picture and it tints the picture. And if he's not affected by poison, it erases the picture. And essentially, it waits 1 second, waits 60 frames, and then it goes back and does it again, and it checks, and then it waits, and then it goes back and checks. So here, with this conditional branch, we're on page 2 of the conditional branches that pop up, and we can select an actor, Reed, right? And you could select anybody. If Reed is affected by a state of, and this would actually be poison, right? Not dead, but if he's affected by poison, you could select anything you want, okay? And then the else branch. So if Reed is affected by poison, it's going to show a picture. Now, I will be the first to admit, I am not this is probably an area that I know the least about. So, again, I'm learning. I still have a lot to experiment with showing pictures and doing stuff with pictures. So I'm just going to show you what I did. Here is its picture. This is picture number one. So this is the priority of the pictures because you can show multiple pictures on the page, right? In theory, you could show all your party members. This is where you're selecting the image. The image I picked was actor 1-1. That's Reed, right? So I can pick any of these actors, right? So my party members, essentially, right? So I picked Reed. I'm putting it in the upper left corner, and I'm direct designating the X and Y coordinates. So 0, 0 is having it right up in the upper left-hand corner, okay? You could set it with variables. You can also set this to the center of the screen and then move it around. So it's entirely up to you. What I'm going to say is you need to play around with this. So, set it on upper left and then change the X and Y coordinates and see what it does to the picture. See how it moves it around until you get really familiar with it. You can set the scale. So this is the width, the horizontal, and the height, the vertical. And again, I wanted a smaller picture rather than a bigger picture, so I dropped it down to 25%. It has the blend opacity, and again, what I'm going to tell you is experiment with this and see exactly what it does and what meets the needs that you have for whatever you're trying to do this. You have a blend mode, normal, additive, multiply screen. Again, I'm going to say explore. I don't know what each one of these does. I can't remember, quite frankly, because I made this a while back. I had a specific purpose in mind. I tested it, it worked, and that's as far as I went. So this is how you're adding that. You're showing picture. Okay, so when I'm here, I double click, and I don't even remember which tab it's on, quite honestly. I have to look. So show animation, show balloon. Here we go. Picture, show picture, move picture, rotate picture, tint picture, erase picture. Those are all the things that we're showing picture, and we're tinting the picture, and we're erasing the picture in this particular map event. So we show the picture, and then it's going to tint it, right? So it's using that other option. You have to specify the picture, and then you just decide how you want it tinted. And I wanted a green effect because they're poisoned, they're sick. You can default some of these things here. These are very useful for when you're defaulting, like say day-night type stuff. And then you tell the duration, right? So 60 frames is 1 second, and then I'm having it wait for completion while I'm doing this. It doesn't affect me from moving around. And then, like I said, if Reed is poisoned, the picture is being displayed, it's being tinted, and then it waits 60 frames, so basically 60 seconds, and it comes back and does it again. So that's why it tints over and over and over again. And then if Reed is not affected by poison, then we erase the picture. And then this still continues to run. It continues to check for the condition. Is he affected by poison? So that's the first part. That's what this invisible event that's running in parallel is doing. This little lady here, this is a rather simple event. She is just an NPC, and I have a picture of her, and player touch when you touch her. And again, first, right off the bat, conditional branch. If Reed is affected by poison, and then an else branch. If Reed is not affected by poison, then the NPC says hello /N1, which is basically the name of the first actor. So this is Reed. You don't appear to need my help. So that's what's happening there when you're not poisoned. If Reed is poisoned, then the text says hello /N1, so the name of the first actor, Reed. I can see you have been poisoned. I can heal you. Play a sound effect. Change the state for Reed to subtract poison. So change state of an actor or different actors removing a state of poison or state of whatever you're removing. And then the text, you are now healed and be away, away with you. She could have also healed him, like changed, increased his hit points or whatever. But again, I was just simply testing the functionality of, can I poison this person through a trap? can I remove the poison? And also, can I display a picture of the poisoned character so that you see what's happening? It's a visual indicator. And that's all I was trying to test. Again, I am 100% sure there are many ways to improve this. I don't think this is the best way to do this, and I'm, at some point in time I will work on a better way of doing this, because ideally for any game that I have, I would like the pictures of the party to be on the screen either all the time or at certain times, and then I would want to tint that picture perhaps, or I would want to put some sort of icon indicator on a character's portrait, showing that they have a certain status effect. And as I said, when I built this, I was just focusing on, can I do this? So I only added one party member. I was focusing solely on Reed. If you had multiple party members, you would have to do this differently, because it wouldn't be just if Reed is affected by poison. It would be if Reed, if actor one, if actor two, if actor three, if actor four are affected by poison, then you have to do something. And then same thing over here. This person would have to check which actors in your party are affected by poison. And then, am I going to heal them all? Am I going to do whatever? If you just, the way I built these treasure chests were the entire party, right? So when we get down to a poison, we're poisoning the entire party. But, perhaps in a real game, if you only have one party member trying to disarm a trap or trying to open a trap, a chest, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense that your entire party would be poisoned. So, you would probably want to laser focus this and say, whoever is trying to open the chest is the one that gets poisoned. And then therefore, anybody who's healing or, this picture display has to figure out which actor is the one that's poisoned, and then which picture do I display, et cetera, et cetera. So again, this is just a way to do this, where you show the picture and you tint the picture, and when they're affected by a particular state, and then if they're not, you erase it, but it's constantly checking because it's a parallel event. And then the more simple, how do you remove that state? So again, a very, very simple, not the best way to do it probably. And if you personally know of a much better way to do it, please share in comments. And if there's a tutorial, direct me to it. If there's a video, direct me to it, because I do want to definitely improve upon this. I haven't got into a lot of exploration on making like a in-game display or things. I've been focusing more on this other functionality. So anyway, as I said, I hope this is helpful. If I'm glad you found my channel. If these videos are helpful, please like, subscribe, get notifications. Leave comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences. Let me know how your progress is coming along. I'm still new, so since December I'm still learning, and I'm just sharing what I figure out how to do while I learn the functionality to get everything down so that I can then incorporate it into a game. I'm designing a game off the side while I'm learning all the functionality. Anyway, thank you very much, folks. I hope my other videos help you. And I'll try to get more videos as I have time in quiet time, and as I build more things and get more things developed. In the meantime, folks, happy gaming, happy game developing, and I will talk to everyone later. Thank you.